Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Stream of Card Consciousness. I am Mark Ford, and as always, joined by my co-host, my friend, my brother up in the Panhandle, Greg Smith. How you doing today, Greg?
I'm doing great, Mark. I'm doing great. It's been a few weeks since we've talked, really, and I'm just kind of curious to see how you're doing. And you've told me about some things you want to talk about with regards to a rocker, and I'm just curious to hear your stories, man. So
All right, we
I
got some
don't,
good ones.
yeah. Why don't you go ahead and lead off with your cards of the week if you have any in your story, and then I'll kind of go
Okay.
into what I've been up to, and we can go from there.
All right, so I'm gonna run through my cards of the week really quick, and I'm gonna get to my Alice Cooper story. It's a good one. So I'll be real quick with the cards. As y'all know, Adam Bomb, that's my guy. So I picked up. I love these when I was a kid. Sadly, like pre-diabetes, so I'm not supposed to have this shit no more. So, but like Bomb Pops. So I
Oh
love,
yeah,
so that's Adam Bomb Pop, and then his cousin Blasted Billy. Oh, there
right
you go.
on.
So Blasted
Well,
Billy.
Was
So
what okay, so let me stop you right there. What was your favorite thing from the ice cream man? Was it a bomb pop, a dreamsicle? What was your
the
deal?
favorite thing was when I didn't end up in the back of the van. Let's
All
be
right,
honest, right?
let's
The dog. That's
I
the
think
best
I don't
thing. The best thing was when I got away from the van unscathed. So,
well, I mean we could
but
go down that
beyond
rabbit
that,
hole, I guess, if you
Bomb
want.
Pop. Bomb Pop was my jam. So it was pretty
Yeah.
cool to get Adam Bomb.
Did you have no, did you have where you were at the Mickey Mouse bar with the ears?
No, no, I never saw
Oh,
that.
that was my favorite. That was great. But
One
anyway, drink
one thing I really
the
loved,
orange creamsicle.
cream, yeah, Orange Bud. Orange Bud was good.
Yeah.
Um, and then another one, I don't think they make anymore. It was like an A&W root beer bar. Oh, good Lord.
Oh,
That
nice.
was insanity, man. Like,
Yeah.
I could quickly overdose on that and get the bellyache.
Right.
There, it's a law of diminishing returns. That first one's so amazing, and then you're trying to recapture it, and then you have another one. It's not quite so good. Then you say, man,
Yeah.
and then by the fourth or fifth one, you're puking. So.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think we had the A&W bar. So, sorry to take us on this little side note,
That's
but
all
yeah,
right. That's what we do, man. Stream of car consciousness. That's what's
I saw
flowing
that
out of
pop and I
Ford's
was like,
head
man, I
today.
haven't seen one of those in 30 years. So anyway, all right. So very
All
cool
right.
cards.
We've had this a few times. I think you've showed it before, and then the Destruction Crew.
Yes.
So I got one of those that's got Calavito, Mini, and Larry Doby. Great card. So we got the Destruction Crew. I picked that up at an auction. My partner next door at work. God bless him. He's 82 years old, Mr. Richmond. He's like we're the back hall gang. He's been back there, Greg, otherwise known as the Hall of Champions at Aloma. So he's been pressing me all year, trying to take the trophy, and that's not going to happen. But man, he has waged a glorious battle, and he's a huge Chiefs fan. And it's a great example that everybody can coexist regardless of who you love and who you cheer for. And he loves the Chiefs, I love the Bills, but we love each other. And I picked him up a Len Dawson card because
Nice.
I'm gonna give that to him tomorrow to Mr. Richmond. He used to go to the games at Old Municipal Stadium in KC, so he goes back to
Yeah.
the '60s. Saw Satchel Paige play. He's 82,
Oh, wow.
and the guy's still teaching and kicking ass. So he's a real inspiration to me. So that's for him.
That's great.
Yeah, and then
Love that set too. The 71 set's great.
yeah,
You get
think
them nice. They're
yeah,
beautiful.
definitely. And think about
Yeah.
my dad. My dad went to school with this dude, and at South Park High School in Buffalo, and Warren
Really?
Spahn. So 1961 Warren Spahn, and
Okay.
Warren Spahn is not here. My dad still is. So
That's a great card.
yeah.
61.
So I got that. I was thinking about my dad and how he went to school with him. I'm going up to Buffalo in a couple weeks. I want to show that to my dad. I mean, he wouldn't want it or nothing. I'll be like, hey, Dad, check it out, man. I got a Warren Spahn. And then he could tell me his Warren Spahn stories, which are not really suitable for this show. I think I pushed the limits with the ice cream van. So if I
Yeah.
told you my dad's Warren Spahn stories, it would probably really be MA-17. And
Right,
then
right.
finally on the card front. I've been chasing this one for a long time, and it's almost impossible to find in good condition. So this is kind of but if you know anything about the 1968 Atlantic Oil, Hank Aaron,
Oh yeah.
that is very difficult to find in any type of condition. And so I got three of them actually in an auction, and so that was the best of the bunch. So yeah, I'm really happy to have that one.
Are you going to sell the other two?
I'm gonna give one to a friend, to Breck
Okay.
Allman,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it's kind of a thank you, and then I'm gonna probably sell the other one. Um,
Okay, cool.
Unless you
Let me
want
know
it.
when you do. I'm
Yeah.
interested.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
hit you after the show. I'd rather you have it than some other, you know, person.
Right, right. Well, that wasn't the purpose of me saying that, but I appreciate it.
No, that's cool. Outside
That's
of fun.
cool. So Warren Spahn, let's talk about him for a second.
Yeah,
I think he's still the number one lefty for wins
pretty certain.
in the MLB, and the way that the game has gone, I think he probably always will be at this point. So
Yeah, I think
yeah,
the odds of anybody winning even 300 games are pretty slim. No.
well, yeah, 200 is the new 300 is what they're
Yeah, I
saying.
think so.
So which is unfortunate, but I mean they've got him throwing curveballs at 7 years old. So what do you expect? I guess
Me
really.
too. When I worked for Ripken, yeah, when I worked for Cal Ripken doing Cal Ripken baseball, his tournaments, and I would be like, man, you got 12-year-olds throwing freaking curveballs that are falling off the table, you know? It's
Yeah,
crazy. Absolutely
yeah, it
crazy.
really is crazy.
Yeah.
So my cards of the week, and then we'll get into your Alice Cooper story.
Okay.
I don't really have cards of the week. I haven't really been buying a whole lot. I've been buying select few cards, but just more. I'm in consolidation mode, so I got the clutter talk from my wife, and she wants me to kind of downsize and kind of if y'all could see, and I don't want to show anybody really because it's kind of embarrassing, but the card room is under construction, I guess is the best way to put it. And I've just got to get rid of some stuff. So I haven't really been buying a lot. So I don't want to recycle cards of the week again. So I'll come back with some cards of the week here the next show. It's just been sell mode for me for the last few weeks, but well, last month and a half. Um, yeah, those are great cards. I know how much those the atom bombs mean to you, and that you've always talked about them. So
Yeah.
it's very cool to see you, and you get really excited when you get those.
Oh, I
So
do. I get just
yeah,
fired up like I get a Hank Aaron, you know?
it's very cool.
In my
So
50s is like I'm a child.
oh
So,
yeah, and the Atlantic oil, those are awesome. Those are awesome, and you know, I like I said, if you've got somebody in mind, Breck's great, and Breck
no.
deserves the world, man.
Yeah.
Breck Almonds is a really good
Yeah,
dude.
Breck Allman is like, other than you, like he is my brother, my friend. I love him. I
Yeah,
can't wait. I'm going up to see him this summer.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love that
Well,
man.
make sure you let me know when you
Yeah,
do, and we'll
definitely.
meet up, and
Yeah,
maybe I can go with you,
sure.
or
Love to.
you know,
Yeah.
because you're going to be going
We'll
right
sit
by
on
here.
his front, we'll sit on his front porch and we'll have some bourbon or something.
Yeah,
So,
I'll drink some lemonade
all right.
too. Yeah, so um, yeah, just really cool cards, and you've been telling me about this Alice Cooper story for a week, so
All
I'm
right.
ready to hear it, man. What do you
So,
got?
well, in the spirit of consolidation, so we had a storage shed, and it was in one town, and then they just built a storage shed close to our house. So I had some of my stuff in there, and we're going through. Oh, there goes the dog. We're going through the storage, the one of these Rubbermaid totes. And like is inevitable in Florida, or if you have things in storage for a long time, um, things get destroyed by the mice and the this and the that.
Oh
So this
yeah,
tote, it was like blankets and stuff, and it was nasty. But in the bottom of the tote, and I totally forgot about this. I didn't even know where it was. So I'm gonna take you back to 1987. Okay. So
wow,
Alice Cooper, Ace Frehley, who had been MIA for like 4 or 5 years, and Faster Pussycat on their debut album are coming to Buffalo Memorial Auditorium, right? So my dad, in the restaurant, food and beverage business and all that in Buffalo, he always had contacts. So I'm like, hey dad, can you give me some tickets for Alice Cooper? So I needed two tickets, and then so yeah. I'll talk to the guy that runs the show there, and so he comes home, and this is like just like the week of the show. This is like Yeah, I didn't give him a lot of time. This is back the old
No
days,
time.
print the tickets. So, Dad, I get up. One thing about my dad, man. My dad always knew, no fanfare. Like, my car would be loud, and I'd get up to go to school, and there'd be 100. It'd be exactly what I need, $180 from, and it'd be a note. And he always called me Marker Boy. Never. I think I mentioned this on the show before. Never Mark, always Marker Boy. It'd be a note, Marker Boy. Here's $180. Go get your muffler fixed today. Love you lots, Dad. So I wouldn't ask him for money or help or anything. And, I would rather chew my arm off, but he just knew, so
Yeah.
I'm a dresser. There's these tickets to Alice Cooper, Ace Frehley, and Fast Pussycat. And, here's your tickets. I don't know nothing about these people, but hope you have a good time. Love you lots, Dad. And there was four. So now I'm like, holy cow, I got four
Yeah.
tickets for this front row
You're
center.
you're a rock star.
Yeah, front row center. Right now, if you
Nice.
ever seen the movie Detroit Rock City, the whole day leading up to the show was like that. We were like, Cooper, Alice Cooper, we're going crazy, $1 billion babies, man. And school's out, and no
Oh
more
yeah.
movie
I'm
nights. God,
surprised.
let's
Now
go.
Alice Cooper
Smoking,
was
going crazy. And
Alice Cooper was a big deal. I'm surprised your dad didn't know who he was.
my dad knew more than he let on. I just think he didn't want to admit
They always do. They always
it.
do. They just try to be cool.
So we get there, me and three of my other friends. And the funny part of the story is I'm no longer friends with either any of them, the three, but at the time, so people, if you're in high school, don't get too attached because once you get out of high
Right.
school, it's all over.
Yeah,
So
it's hold on.
yeah.
It really is. You're right. And now when you're okay, so you've got these four tickets. So
Mhm.
obviously one of them's for you. How long did it take you to figure out who the other three people were going to be? Did you have like a lottery system or
Yeah,
what?
I had
Because
one
those are front
person.
row seats, man.
Yeah, front row. The
Yeah. Did you
first
know
person.
who right off who you were going to take?
Yeah, and
Okay.
now, you know, almost 40 years later, I wish I didn't, but
Right.
but hey, we were young and we had a good time. We had a good time. We were running downtown Buffalo and it was like in November, I believe, and it wasn't terribly cold and we were running around downtown and going crazy. So the show started. Faster Pussycat, I was convinced was
All
gonna
with a new muffler too, right?
yeah, new muffler on my Camaro, right? I'm a 79 Camaro which I also had a 1980 Cutlass Supreme. So I had two cars. But I
Nice.
worked. I worked two jobs, and so we took the Camaro for Alice Cooper, and
Okay.
it was quiet. So convinced Faster Pussycat's going to be as big as Guns N' Roses. They come out, change
Yeah.
the song, bathroom wall, got in a room for motion. I mean, they were great, just absolutely visually, musically. Faster Pussycat was incredible. And then Ace Frehley comes out. R.I.P. I love Ace Frehley. My daughter loves Ace Frehley. We love Kiss. I mean, I loved Ace Frehley. And Ace had been MIA for 3 or 4 years, maybe a little longer. And that's when his band Frehley's Comet came out.
Yeah.
And he come out and it was like young, hungry, freaking Ace Frehley again. And he was incredible. Ran through all the Kiss songs, the Rock Soldiers, which was a hit for Frehley's Comet, and the whole thing with the smoky guitar and up to the roof. And
That's
he he
cool.
he, he mother effed Gina Paul all night, and
Yeah.
he'd be like, "Yeah, freaking Gina Paul, son of a bitch, but we're gonna play Cold Gin."
Yeah.
Going, yeah, we're Ace Frehley. We're going crazy, right? And then he'd mother off him some more, and then he'd be like, you know, we're gonna play whatever.
So he was allowed to play the Kiss songs. There was
Yeah,
no licensing
he used to
issues.
play mostly
Okay.
Kiss, but it was like Cold Gin, Deuce, of course, Rock and Roll All Night, and a few others. But before he played, he made sure to let the audience know how much he hated them. And it was great. I'm getting pelted with guitar picks, and I'm in the front row, and I'm going freaking
Yeah.
ape, right? It cannot possibly get any better, right? Because Alice Cooper, that was Raise Your Fist and Yell tour. So Alice Cooper comes out. And we're all like kind of skeptical. Oh my God. I mean, first of all, you can never do the stuff that he did. Like, it was the full thing, the electrocution, the guillotine, the whole freaking Alice Cooper show. And
Oh
like,
yeah.
I got goosebumps just remembering. We're covered in blood, like fake blood and stuff, because he chopped the head off a nurse. And we're like, we're just like going crazy. We're going
Yeah. He
crazy.
was
It was
nuts.
insane. And his band at the time, if you don't know the history of Alice Cooper, was Winger. Kip, the Winger
Yeah, yeah.
band, Winger
Okay.
was his backing
Act,
band. Other than
you
Kane
know,
Roberts, Kane
you
Roberts was
know,
like Rambo, you know.
say what you want about Winger. They were pretty musically
Oh,
talented.
they were great without. So it was
Yeah,
Paul Taylor, Kip Winger, um, and it wasn't Red Beach. It was Kane Roberts, the guy who's like Rambo, and then the
yeah.
drummer. So it was really wild. Kip Winger was like a priest, and it was nuts. It was absolutely insane. You know, I'm like 18 years old. So then my favorite Alice Cooper song, Billion Dollar Baby. All right.
Okay.
That's gonna be our intro to our show this week. But I love that song. Like, and that's
Yeah.
Ozzy on the background vocals at the end, you
Oh, no
know.
way. I didn't know that.
Billion dollar baby. That's Ozzy. So Ozzy does background vocals on, so I just love that song. So he's up there, and I'm covered in Lord knows what, fake blood, everything you can imagine. We've seen the guillotine, we've seen electrocution, we've seen heads flying, we've seen it all. It was just insane. The spiders,
Yeah.
crazy, just wore out.
Oh,
This is,
yeah.
and then he's got a billion-dollar baby. No, y'all like, man, Ford, this is a long story, but when you see what I'm about to show you, this thing survived. This survived my childhood. This survived rats. This thing would probably survive nuclear war, but in Alice Cooper's hand was the billion-dollar baby.
Oh,
I've had this since 1987,
nice.
and he threw
So,
it. He took this baby. Yeah, part of her like that. Billion-dollar baby. And up in the air, right up in the air, the billion-dollar baby goes. And I'm tracking it. I'm front row center. And I'm like, I think I got a shot. This is like when you see a foul ball at a game. I'm like, I
yep.
think now I've got everything I can imagine. I have gotten everything I could ever want out of a night. This is a perfect 18-year-old night. It could not get any better.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, this could be like Valhalla, right? It's and I'm tracking it.
Oh,
And I'm 6'1" and about at that time I was about 120 pounds because I didn't do much food eating. And
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
watching this thing, but I got a little height advantage on the little stoners. So I jump up, and I was an athlete, you know, even though I was a mess. I jump up as high as and I get the baby, and
Yeah.
down to the floor, and I just got pounded. Now my friends that I went with, they piled in on top of me so I wouldn't get it too bad. But I got the billion-dollar baby, and that was
Nice.
1987 in November, War Memorial Auditorium, Buffalo, New York. Alice Cooper, Ace Frehley, Faster Pussycat, and the Billion Dollar Baby, which I still have, and it survived everything you could ever imagine. I still have it, and it's weird, and it's gonna go back in storage. It's not something you'd really want to display because but I don't know
You
if
know, you should.
JSA, I don't know if JSA would DNA test the Alice Cooper Billion Dollar Baby to have it authenticated, but I tell you, people, this is authentic as it gets.
Would it still be? Would it still be? Would the DNA still be viable after? I don't know how that
I don't
works.
know, man. But with the shit that was flying around on that stage, there's plenty of DNA, man.
Right. No, no. What you should do is take that on Antiques Roadshow and see what they have to say about it, man.
They'd be horrified.
I
They'd be
know.
horrified. Yeah. Now it's like kind of one of those things that but I just want to show that, and it'll go
Yeah.
back in a box somewhere, and then probably never be seen again. But I've had that since 1987.
That's really a cool piece of memorabilia,
Yeah,
though, man.
that
That you
was
should.
super. I should send it to him, see they'd tell him that story, and maybe he'd sign it or something, you know.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, he's still alive and kicking, right, Alice
oh yeah,
Cooper?
still touring.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see him this summer, man. Still out there
Outstanding.
touring.
Now,
It's great. It's great.
you remember when he did his show? Do you remember Wayne's World? The
Yeah, we're
movie
not
Wayne's
worthy.
World?
Yeah.
When they go back in the dressing room and they're all like, Alice Cooper, we're
We're
not
not
worthy.
worthy. We're not
Yeah.
worthy.
And he starts spouting off about like philosophy and
Yeah.
stuff. He was a pretty smart guy from what everybody
Yeah,
says.
Vincent Bernier. Yeah, he was a very
Yeah.
smart guy.
Yeah. That's cool. That's an awesome piece, man.
Yeah,
I
so that's
just
my collectible of the week, the billion-dollar baby.
Yeah, that's very cool. That trumps most of what I've got collectibles. I don't have any really cool stories like that, so
Yeah.
that's very cool.
I got all kinds of
Um,
crazy stuff like that, just from, playing music and all that and being around and being, through my dad and the other people that I know that I was lucky enough to, not to name drop. I'm not going to name drop any of them, but I've been fortunate.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy the people that you meet as you grow up. I mean, living in Orlando, I got to meet a bunch of famous people too, and and it's kind of crazy when you see him all the time. You kind of get numb to it a little bit because you're like,
Yeah,
oh, there's Shaq again,
yeah.
or the people that I'm sure after a while it was like, oh, that's cool, but it's cool that you have that still, the baby, and what are you going to do with it now? You said you're just going to put it back in a box. You should figure out a way to display that, man.
I don't know, man. It's really weird, but I love it. I'm not going to get rid of it, but it's kind of one of those things that, I mean, it's cool, but
What
I
does your
think,
wife think about it?
oh, yeah, no worries. She's
No, I meant like as far as like displaying.
Oh, no, 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 Dr. Ford, no, no, no. This is my little area right here, and
Yeah,
nah, it doesn't fit the decor. Like when we were younger, she thought it was, I don't know, she thought it was cool. She loves Alice Cooper, so
yeah.
she's gone and seen him with me a couple times. So yeah, Dr. Ford loves Alice Cooper, but I don't really think she wants the bare ass $1 billion baby hanging out in the house, because
You
like
should you should make a little cloak for it.
make it a little Alice costume or something. But
Yeah.
no, I would just, I mean, I actually was going to throw it away once, and she told me, no, 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 you ain't throwing it.
Yeah. Well,
So you
I'm
can just toss it out in the garage. But no, I was going to throw it away. And she's like, you can't throw that away, man. It's a freaking $1 billion baby.
right. And it's an iconic thing, an iconic artist, man. Alice
Yeah,
Cooper
absolutely.
really, for all intents and purposes, is an icon. So,
Yeah. So I
um,
hope everybody enjoyed that story. I know it's not baseball cards, but sometimes we veer off.
very cool. Yeah, with I think the way that both of us are going collecting wise and things like that, it's good to have stories about other stuff right now. Because
No
I'm
kidding. Because all I'm doing is Star Wars. So
well, and I'm still collecting. I'm more diving into like old hockey and football or basketball now. Just some of the older sets are really cool. You don't see them a whole lot, so that's really what I've been focusing on. I'm kind of baseball out, honestly.
yeah,
Um,
me
you
too.
know,
Yeah,
yeah,
just don't.
yeah,
I like
I get it.
autographs. I'll be chasing autographs and things like that. Like the hockey autographs are so cheap.
Right.
So I've been picking up a bunch of hockey autos. Buffalo Sabres now. The Sabres are the beast of the East again after
Yeah.
15 years.
Okay. Now, the playoffs? How are they going?
They start next week. They got
Okay.
two regular season games left. They're 2 points up in first place. They actually got a shot at first overall in the conference. So that's
Nice.
good. Yeah, my wife's up in
Yeah.
Buffalo. She got to go to the game in Buffalo Thursday night. She said it was just lit. Like it was insane.
Yeah. The Sabres haven't been good for a while, so that's cool to
No,
see.
15 years. So I went
Yeah.
to Solar Bears last night with the girls. They with Shasta. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, they were trying to break the attendance record, and they did. So they had
Nice.
over 15,000 for East Coast hockey. So that was pretty impressive. The
Wow, that's come a long way. I used to go to
third
the Solar
highest.
Bears.
Yeah.
I used to go there and on Thursday it was like $1 for a 32-ounce beer. And oh,
The
yeah.
Philly Birds are wild, man. They wear different uniforms every game, and yeah, we
Yeah.
had a great time. And
It's a lot of fun.
it's just a lot of
It is
fun.
a
They
lot of
won the
fun. I haven't
game.
been to a
They
Solar
didn't
Bears
make the
game in a
playoffs.
while.
It was the last game of the year. They won the game. They had 15,000. We had a great time.
That's
So
cool.
generally, they average like almost 7,000 a game. So that's for
Where do
double
they
A.
play at the Amway Center?
Yeah, at the MY. So double A hockey, 7,000 a game. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, where? Okay, so I'm reading the Magic. Are they going to a different place next year? What's going on with them? Do you have any
I'm not.
idea?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they're beefing. I'm not sure what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
So,
that's very weird. I'm gonna have to
yeah.
dig a little bit after the show because I read that the headline last night. The Magic played their last game at Kia Center, and I'm like, huh?
I don't
That's
know
where they're
where they're gonna
playing,
go.
right?
I
Yeah,
mean,
that is
because the
kind of weird.
Bright House Arena for UCF is not big enough.
No, it's got like 5,000 seats, five
Yeah.
6,000 seats. That is odd. So well, so anyway, how's school going? I mean, you want to dive into that at all?
Oh,
Tell
we're
everybody
doing
how
all
you're
right.
doing.
We have 32 days left, so I just have 32 sleeps, and I'm I'm done for the year. We're doing good. Grads might be a little off the last year, but as far as everything else goes, we're smashing records and setting the pace and doing good. Yeah, it's coming together pretty good. Um,
Yeah,
my afternoon group is amazing, and my morning is a little more challenging, but they're doing all right. And at
well,
some
that's
point, you
good.
just got to embrace it, and I kind of embraced it over the last couple weeks. It is what it is. I tell them that I admire their dedication to being tardy and late and not doing what I want them to do, and that if they would just put that dedication towards good, that they're going to be great successes in their lives. But meanwhile, let's work with what we have. So,
Right.
you
Right.
can't win them all. It's the first time, as a coach or athletic director or whatever, that I haven't really been able to get the team to roll. So, we'll figure it
Yeah.
out. We'll make it work.
Right. Well, and you plug along and you do the best that you can in the meantime,
But I
man.
will say
That's all you
that
do.
there's never, never disrespect, and they love me, and I love them such as they are. So that's how you have to be successful when you're talking about at-risk kids. You can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I'm not perfect. I tell them every day I make more mistakes than anybody. Just make sure that the mistakes you make are because you're trying.
Right.
That
Right.
that's it. So as long as you're trying and you make a mistake, that's good. There's no what if is the worst word in the world.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
let's try to take that out of the equation, and you'll be fine as long as you give it all you got. You're good. It's no different
Right.
in sports. Hey, I did everything I could do today, and it didn't go my way. Tomorrow's another day.
Maximum effort with the result you don't want. At least you gave the maximum effort, like
Yeah,
you said.
absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
give it the old college try.
So,
And you'd be surprised what can happen when you do that. So it's good
so
that
I'm
you're
not
trying to
sure.
instill that
Yeah,
in them.
I'm not sure what the future holds. I went through everything to be a principal, and we'll see if I got another. If I'm going to finish if to finish out the contract, the 5th year option there, the Loma,
Yeah.
or move on. I don't
It
know.
might just franchise tag you, man.
I think they're trying to franchise me, but I don't know. I'll probably do it one more time. I don't know. I say never again, but
Yeah.
it's a pretty to be the man. Sometimes it's worth more than money, or
Right.
so.
Well, like I said, just do the best you can,
All
and
right,
the rewards will follow.
right
We
on.
need to do another show here once maybe a week or two.
Yeah,
I've got to
definitely.
get my ducks in a row.
I'm
Um,
going up to Buffalo 2 weeks, so but,
okay, maybe next weekend I'll get some
okay.
cards of the week and
Yeah, no
we'll
worries.
figure it
Hope you
out.
have a
But
great show.
love the
Yeah.
stories. Love the
Yeah,
story. It was
thank you.
great.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
that's what we had today. So I hope we didn't bore y'all. I don't think we did. They're pretty good stories, but we want to thank everybody for joining us and being a part of what we do. And
absolutely.
we can't thank you enough. So everybody have a good week or so, and we'll see you again next time.